Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Peggy Hill Team Community Center in Barrie, Ontario. Game 2 of the 2026 Ontario Junior D Lacrosse League Playoffs. The Barrie Bombers, the 6th seed, on top of the Kahnawake Hunters, 1-0 following a 10-7 win last night here at Peggy Hill Team Community Center. Adunu Brandon Bordo Yujats and Yawagoa to our sponsors for today's game. Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness, as well as OJBLL discount, Burning Leaf on Route 138, and Mohawk Super Bingo. For the Hunters, Casey Lahash is back in. He just finished his 4-game suspension. He is in the lineup today for Kahnawake. And meanwhile, the scratches for the Hunters, Leland Lahash, Trenitz Benedict will be backing up Casey. Nate Dockstader and Johannes Morris will all be out of today's game. We're 1 minute away from game time, and let's look at the Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness beauty tips for both teams today. One for Kahnawake. Simply put, they have to do a couple of things, including get off to better starts. They have been getting off to very, very slow starts, both during the regular season game here where they fell behind 6-1, and in the playoffs yesterday, game 1, they fell behind 7-2 before coming back to tie it up, and then the Bombers eked it out at the very end. The Hunters had to exert a lot of energy in making their comeback yesterday and during the regular season. They tied both the regular season game and then yesterday's game in the third period after being down by as many as 5 in both games, but they just haven't had the energy to finish off those games with wins. They're going to have to do something even better today if they want to go back home with a split series at 1-1. And here come the Hunters. There you see Casey Lahash back in net. Reese Nugent back in the lineup after missing game 1. Hunters will be playing left to right, and the Bombers will be playing from right to left. Our officials for today's game: Kane, those will be our 2 officials for today's game. Well, all things considered, the Hunters fell behind by 5 goals yesterday and did not have their starting goalie yet. Came back to tie it up. They shouldn't be feeling too upset. Here we go, the playing of Canada. Have to win 2 of 3 at home to win the series. A loss today means they got to sweep all 3 back home. And the Bombers, you got to look at it from a different perspective. If you lose today, now you got to go to Kahnawake and win 2 of 3. If you win today, you got to win 1 of 3. Such a big difference, and that's why each and every single game, particularly in a best-of-5 series, is that crucial. Starting netminders first in goal for the Kahnawake Hunters, Casey Lahash. And down here to my right, the starting netminder for the Barrie Bombers will be Dylan Henderson. Stopped 43 of 50 Hunters shots. Kahnawake had the 15 of 43 shot advantage in game 1. However, the Bombers held the advantage on the scoreboard. Sadagaya Togwa Van Domlin, Dehahande Albany, Sadagayatu Van Domlin out there on the floor. Sadagaya Togwa on the face-off circle, Jensen White and side here. And for the Barrie Bombers, they are sending out Jack Fletcher to take this draw. Zachary Burke near his own end. But this opening face-off is brought to you by Vernon League 138, and game 2 is underway. Knocked towards the near side, and the Hunters scoop up the ball. Jensen White trying to maneuver around Parker McClellan. Got it over center. Here's Owen Rice. 1 goal, 2 assists in game 1 for the Hunters. Barrie's Christian McKinnon was the best player in game 1. 6 goals, 1 assist. The Hunters need their top guys to step up as well. Sogo Rice turned aside, and that stopped. Sogo Rice, by the way, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points in game 1. He certainly came out flying. Kobe Sanded, 4 goals in game 1. Sadagayatu Van Domlin knocks it away, and the Hunters are on it. Ragawine Elijah. Red Buckner Jr. Back aside. There's Sandin with a chance, and Henderson makes the stop. Rebound, Sogo picks it back up, and Sogo Yanis gets his team a fresh 30. Sandin around the screen. Back out, and that pass fails to connect with Reese Nugent, who draws back in for this game after missing game 1. And that is off of Bucktooth and out of play. Yeah, well, the Hunters, I mean, you're going to have a couple of guys here. Jensen White, no points in game 1. Dehahande Albany only 1 assist, and there's a turnover. Dehainanukwa Norton, probably the best defender in game 1 for the Hunters. So you're going to have guys like that. Ragawine Elijah only had 1 assist in game 1. Those guys are going to step up, you figure, at some point or another. And they're going to have to. Owen Rice back out. Sogodu Yanis, and he's turned away. That's one thing, too, that I noticed in game 1. The Hunters, particularly in the second half of that game, laser locked in on shooting low. You got to throw a couple of high shots here as well on Henderson just to keep him honest. And there's a shot, not on. Rebound knocked down, kept back by the Bombers. Christian McKinnon gets it out, and there's a stranker save made by Casey through the crease violation on the Bombers for going Hunters ball. Jackson Norton. Ragawine Elijah. Back over center. Picked out of the play. Even Owen Rice, a goal, 2 assists. Not a bad game, but you know him, he'll step it up here as well today. Sandin, back out. Bucktooth got the step, and he's in the crease. Another thing for the Hunters, 2 goals that did not count. 1, obviously, you know, for the crease, and then the other, the illegal stick. Bombers pick it up, comes back out. Played back to the outside. There's a howitzer. Casey Lahash says no. Something going to Van Domlin. Gets it up over center. This game brought to you by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. Ragawine Elijah catches this one. Yanis back out. Owen. Back out. Rice goes behind the net, tries to dive, and he's in the crease. That's already a 3rd crease violation in this game on the Hunters. They're driving, and they're trying to force it. They're trying to force Henderson into uncomfortable positions. Here's a shot right in, and that's turned away by Casey Lahash. First 30 Bombers. Back up. Hardy, and that one's slurred away. Jackson Norton on the rebound. Norton over center. waiting for his teammates to change. Brett Bucktooth Jr. This broadcast of Hunters Lacrosse on Baby Blue Memories is brought to you by Home Alone Discount. Reese Nugent shoots. Henderson the save. Press 30 Hunters as Bucktooth on it. Sandin. Elijah. Dehahande. Turns the corner. Bucktooth shoots. Brett Bucktooth Jr. Goes 5-0. And he's got his first point of the 2026 playoffs. The Hunters open the scoring. It's 1-0. Like we said, I mean, Dehahande Albany, Brett Bucktooth Jr. Dehahande 1 assist, Bucktooth no points in game 1. Both of them have a point here in game 2. And Dehahande's on it now. Dehahande Albany turns the corner, held up, and he can't sneak it through. We have a penalty call being made against the Bombers for holding. And the Hunters are going on the first Mohawk Super Bingo power play of this game. Holding the call against Burke, and the Hunters going to work on this man advantage. 15:20 to go. Period number 1. The Hunters lead the Bombers 1-0. Six Nations went up 2-0 following the win in Owensound last night. That's in the West. Out east, Aurelia beating the P 10-5. Hunters Lustig 13-5 over the Ironheads. There's a cranker save made. Halton Hills 7, Mimico 5. Elijah. Owen. Back to Rugawina. Elijah. Scores! He sneaks it in! Power play goal! Rugawina Elijah finds daylight. He's got his first in the playoffs, and the Hunters go up 2-0. Are up by 2, 15 minutes to go, period 1. Rugawina Elijah has his first of the 2026 playoffs. And that is a stick violation against Togo Van Domlin. We're going Bombers ball. Cameron McKinnon back out. Darcy Mugi. Christian McKinnon. Gets a shot away, pad save. A rebound, pad save. Follow-up opportunity. Yugi in the crease, Hunter's ball. Mason Sandin back over center. Jensen White catches this one. Now out to Owen Rice. Saganugwatulu Yanis. Dehahande knocked off the ball. And that's a through crease on Struggle Rice. Bombers ball. And the Bombers throw it away. Jameson picks it up for the Hunters. Brian Jameson back out to Kobe Sandin. Rugawina Elijah. Reese Nugent. Back out. Sandin. Kobe Sandin draws back out. Nugent fires. Sir! Reese Nugent! Making his team debut, and he's getting the Hunters a 3-0. Reese Nugent has his first to the playoffs. He's up 3-0. So the guy in Togo Van Domlin. Mason Sandin lost it. Played back over to Dehahande Albany. Bursts onto the double. Took a chop and makes the pass out to Jensen White. Back over. Owen Rice around the screen. Flips it. Jensen in there. He scores! Pick and roll and goal! 4-0 Hunters. And Jensen White's got his first of the playoffs. 4-0 Kahnawake. This goaltender's timeout is brought to you by Burning Leaf 138 on Route 138, just across the street from Good Leafs Auto. The Kahnawake Hunters off to a 4-0 start in Game 2. That is a very well executed play by the Hunters. 4-0 is the start. 13 minutes, 15 seconds to go in period 1. And Mason Sandin going after it. And the Bombers pick it up. As the Bombers cross it to Kahnawake territory. It's intercepted by Dehydrated Norton. What a play by number 18. He has been on it so far in these playoffs. He's just a master at picking off those passes. Like a safety or like a guy playing center field. Sago Rice. Or that's Reese Nugent. Nugent trying to pick it out in front. Bucktooth. Ricochets in front. Score! Owen Rice has the ball land in his lap, and that's Regarine Elijah who had the ball end up in his lap and picks it out. Sago Rice with the quick stick. 5-0 Hunters. Sago Rice has his third of the playoffs. 5-0 Kahnawake. Timeout, Barrie. This timeout is brought to you by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. For those of you who want to look and feel your best, trust the experts at Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. So far, so good for the Hunters. They're up 5-0. Still a lot of time, though, almost 53 minutes. Or if my math is mathing, 52 minutes, 25 seconds left. A long, long game to play. You're the Hunters. You got to keep going here. This is the perfect start. The Bombers have used the timeout, one of their timeouts. They have one timeout remaining. They cannot use in the first 30. And so the guy in Togo Van Domelen wins the draw. And the Bombers will pick it up. Fellow Mackey. Opposite corner. Delayed penalty ball. Hunters. Henderson going to the bench. Christian McKinnon. He's open. Score. And Christian McKinnon continues to roll. He's got his 7th of this series already after scoring 6 goals in game 1. Has gotten Barrie on the board here. 5-1 the score. Hunters win the draw. Mason Sandin into Barrie territory. Sago Rice. Back out. Jensen. Sago. Dehonde. Kobe Sandin picks it up. Shot clock down to 7. Kobe. Back out. Sago Rice. Fires, and that goes off a Barrie stick. Bounces it front. Scooped up by the Bombers. Gavin Presley back across center for the Bombers. There's Christian McKinnon. 6 goals, 1 assist, 7 points in game 1. Back out, Kahnawake open, fires. Turned aside by Casey and he's got the rebound. Wes Morris. Ragawine Elijah. Reese Nugent. Suggo. Kobe Sandin. Suggo Rice. Suggo to go to the Yanni. Size in. Shot. Save. And we have an illegal cross-checking call coming up to the Hunters. Brett Bucktooth Jr. will get the gate. So that means it is time for a Mohawk Super Bingo Hunters penalty kill. First penalty kill of the day. The Bombers scored on a delayed call, so technically the Hunters penalty kill unit has not gone to work yet. Second penalty picked up by the Hunters though. 10:40 to go in the first. Barrie on a power play. Hunters killed off 3 of 5 power plays in game 1. Christian McKinnon at the top. That's picked off by Side here. And Side gets it out. Nugent. Reese Nugent back out. Sugano go to the Yanni Sice at the top. Nugent. Around the screen. Nugent. Triple team, lost his edge. Shot clock violation on the Hunters. Barrie ball. Halfway through period number 1. 9 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the first. 1:05 left to go in the penalty to Kahnawake. Back at the top, McKinnon. Gets a return feed, now gives it. Comes back to the side, and that one's not on. 5 seconds to shoot. McKinnon picks it up. McKinnon fires. No. And that will not go on. It actually goes into the Bombers bench. Hunters ball. 44 to go in the penalty. And that is a very unnecessary penalty. And that will do it for the Barrie power play. As the Bombers take a penalty while the play was dead. Nate McKee took a shot from Owen Rice, but Owen Rice gave him the shot because he took a shot from the back, and then McKee took exception to it, not realizing it was friendly fire, courtesy of his own teammate. We're 4-on-4 now. 4-on-4 for the next 35 seconds. Suggo Rice shoots. No. Over and back. Barrie ball. 5-1 with 31 seconds left to go in the 4-on-4. Back out. Kahnawake. And his pass deflects. Stays in play. Logan Kahnawake. Back out. And that shot missed. The rebound stuck on the back of the net. Casey LaHasse, the first one on it. So the guy out to Van Domelen. Jensen White. And here he will get this feed from Owen Rice. And now it's time for a Hunters Mohawk Super Bingo power play. Owen gets the return feed. Sandin. Hunters had 2 power play goals in game 1. Owen shot, and that is blocked, and it goes out of play. Last touch by the Bombers, first 30 Hunters. 1 minute left to go in the Hunters man advantage. 8:20 to go in the first. Owen Rice back out. Kobe Sandin at the top, back over to Sugano go to Giannis, out to Owen Rice. Shoots. Owen Rice with the power play goal. The Hunters have hit the jackpot on this power play, just like you can by playing at Mohawk Super Bingo. 6-1, Kahnawake leads. Togo Van Domelen wins the draw. Sothigayantu Van Domelen weaving out of traffic, had it knocked away. Van Domelen knocks it back to the near side, and he's back on it. 20 to shoot. Van Domelen trying to roll it out, and Bucktooth can't handle the pass. Over back, Mason Sandin comes back, stops the ball. Barrie ball. Behind the net, comes back out. McKinnon. Casey Lahash makes the save. The rebound, Marcus Saibo's on it. Mason Sandin. Dehahande. Turning the corner. Albany flips it out. And that pass is picked off by the Bombers. Thrown up the floor. Here's Presley. Back out. Or Hardy for Palomaki. McKinnon turning in, and Cameron McKinnon's in the crease. Kahnawake ball. So that hits a Bomber's stick. Morris picks up his own rebound, and then took a bump in front of the Bombers bench. Nugent spins off. Nugent in alone, and he's turned aside. Elijah is going to get called for a hold. And it is time for a a Mohawk Super Bingo Hunters penalty kill. Bombers have the power play. There's 6:38 left to go in period one. Kahnawake 6, Barrie 1. Back up top. Near side. McKinnon at the top. And that's squeezed like this will have. Back on the Hunters. Jamison. Dehahande Albany. Dropped it now, scooped it back up. Albany. Pushed up against the wall. Double teamed. Kobe Sandin in there, as is Dehahande Albany, but the Bombers do win the battle. 40 seconds gone by in the power play. That's a 10-second count on the Bombers. Hunter down. Mason Sandin gets it out to Owen Rice. Kobe. Mason. 3 righties and a lefty out there for the Hunters. Kobe in front. Mason tied up. Shoots. Score! And Mason Sandin has his first of the playoffs. And the Hunters are up 7-1 with 5:33 to go. It's a shorty. The guy Togo Van Domelen wins the faceoff. Van Domelen around the screen, flips it out. Jensen White dances by. And the Hunters will kill a little more time on that clock. 34 to go in the penalty to Kahnawake. Owen Rice jukes by, splits the double, comes out, fires. And that is not on. Jensen White has the fire, pad save, a rebound, and the Bombers got it. And as Barrie brings it back. Over center, 10 seconds to go in the penalty to Rugawine Elijah. This Mohawk Super Bingo Hunters penalty kill. And the Hunters kill it off. The dabbers work to perfection, just like they can at Mohawk Super Bingo. Back across. There's a shot, not on. The rebound goes out of play. Kahnawake ball. Bucktooth. Back over center. Teahonde. It's a shot off. That deflects. And that is over and back on the Hunters for going Barrie ball. 4:10 to go, period 1. Kahnawake 7, Barrie 1. Back across. Casey Lahash shuts it down short side. Bombers pick it back up. Fresh 30 Barrie. Cameron McKinnon back out. Mugi. Kahnawake. And Tylen Divo is going to get called for interference. They score. Ethan Hardy has his first of the playoffs as he tucks it in over the right shoulder of Casey Lahash. And it's now 7-2. And that is the second goal Barrie has scored on a delayed penalty. So they didn't score on the penalty play, but they scored with the extra attacker on. Mason Sandin brings it back into Bombers territory, whips it out. Owen Rice stutters and will bring it back out. Feathers it across. Gets a return feed. Rice got the step. Turned aside, delayed penalty coming up to the Bombers. So the initial call was to the Bombers. And the penalty is on Jack Fletcher. Look at that. Sugar Rice exchanging words with Nate McKee. We're going to get matching minors here. McKee right in Suggo's face. And now they're both going to have to sit out. And now McKee just got an unfortunate. So Rice is going to the penalty box, as is McKee. I believe McKee might have gotten a 10 as well. We'll have to see, which won't mean anything on the scoreboard. No, something is coming of it because another Bomber's going to the penalty box. So this might be a 5-on-3. It's initially a 5-on-4. And then the Bombers picked up something extra. I don't know if it was a 2. But while we've got this break, a reminder that Hunters Lacrosse on Baby Blue Memories is brought to you by Old Malone Discount on Kane's Corner. The Hunters leading the Barrie Bombers here 7-2. So it's just a I guess one was a 2 and then maybe another. It might have just been matching minors and a 10. I'm not sure. Hunters on a power play. This power play brought to you by Mohawk Super Bingo. De Honda Albany. Reese Nugent back out. Owen Rice. Reese Nugent. A bouncer. That's off a Bomber's stick and out of play. Owen. Sandin. Rugawine Elijah. De Honda Albany. Back behind for Elijah. Albany behind the back. Kobe Sandin. Owen Rice at the top. Backhands it over. Elijah scores! Power play goal! And the Hunters are 3 for 3 with the man advantage. It is 8-2. Rugawine Elijah has his second goal of the game, second power play goal of the game, and that Hunters on top of the Bombers 8-2. Barrie wins the draw. And the Hunters scooped it up. They on the Albany. Side near stick was stuck in the equipment of Fletcher. Albany tries to squeeze it. Oh! And that will be a penalty on the Bombers. They are behind Albany, roughed up. And the penalty will be on Gavin Priestley. And they're discussing maybe the length of it. It is once again time for a Mohawk Super Bingo Hunters power play. Kahnawake will get to work on their 4th. It's an illegal body checking. Legal body checking call on Barrie. So the Hunters will go to work on the man advantage. This power play is brought to you by Mohawk Super Bingo. As Side here gets an explanation from the officials. Kobe Sandin, Reese Nugent, Rugawine Elijah, Owen Rice, and Brett Bucktooth Jr. will be the 5th player. 2:19 to go in the first. Kahnawake leads 8-2. Nugent. Back at the top. Sandin. Nugent. Bucktooth. Back up top. Owen Rice surveys the scene. Picks it back out. He's open. Fires. Stick save made by Henderson. Henderson up the floor, caught at center, and the Bombers bring it in. Look out, 2-on-1 Barrie. Casey with the pad save. Jackson Norton brings it back over center. Reese Nugent. Owen Rice back to Nugent. Bucktooth. Owen in front. Bucktooth. Moving pick on the Hunters, Barrie Bob. 1:08 left to go in the power play for the Hunters. Yugi. Back across. Nearly picked by Norton. 1:10 to go in this first period. Out in front, behind the back, Kahnawake, no. Rebound, Norton. And the Bombers will get a fresh 30. Interference. We're in the last minute of play in this last minute of play brought to you by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. Want to look at feeling your best? Trust the experts at Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. Barrie trailing 8-2 to the Kahnawake Hunters. Shot. Casey makes the save. 14 seconds to go in the Hunters power play. Kobe Sandin gets a return feed at the top. Sandin. Nugent back up top. Kobe Sandin. His shot, no. Nugent rebound. Save made by Henderson. Back up the floor, and the Bombers come back. Sandin trying to get back into play. Cameron McKinnon turned aside by Casey. And the Hunters will not take a timeout. Nugent back out. There's a shot. Save Henderson, and period one is over. Henderson with one last stop to end that first period of play, but the Kahnawake Hunters had the mojo going in that first. Still 40 minutes left to play, but so far, I'd say so good for the Kahnawake Hunters. They're on top of the Barrie Bombers 8-2 as we make our way into the first intermission. Coming up, we're going to have a look at some of the other series in the Eastern Conference, as well as a recap of period number one. The Kahnawake Hunters lead the Barrie Bombers by a score of 8-2. We'll be back here at Peggy Hill Team Community Center in Barrie, Ontario. The 2026 Ontario Junior B Lacrosse League playoffs are being brought to you in part by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. We'll be right back in 9 minutes. Adunu Brandon Bordo Yujuts, and we'll be right back. welcome you back to Peggy Hill Team Community Center in Barrie, Ontario. It'll be Bombers ball. The Hunters and the Bombers. Kahnawake leading 8-2 as we enter the second period of play. That opening face-off brought to you by Burning Leaf. And it's broken up and stolen. Something by Anthony Van Domelen with Jackson Norton. And Mason Sandin, there's a save. Sandin knocks it away, and it's stolen by Jackson Norton. Here goes Norton, back at the Bombers' territory. Jackson back up, Owen Rice. He swings it over to Jensen White on the opposite side, back to Owen. Owen around the screen, behind the net, passes off the mark. Bucktooth trying to scoop it up. And the Bombers pick it up. 1 minute gone by in the second. This game brought to you by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. Located at the bottom of Blind Ladies Hill. If you want to look and feel your best, trust the experts at Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. And that's an over and back on the Bombers. Here's Reese Nugent. Owen. Sandin. Shoots, save Henderson, the rebound. Barrie picks it up, bounce up and score. And they will slowly make their way into Hunter's territory. Here's McKinnon, and that's not on. Sideer, one-handed. Sideer up the floor, and he'll get into Barrie territory. Fakes the pass, now gets it off. Jensen White. Rugawine Elijah. Over to Jensen. At the top, Owen. In front. Shot. And that's off the crossbar and out of play. Hunter's ball. Rugawine Elijah sends it out. Quick stick by Nugent. Turned aside by Henderson. Bombers make their way back over center. Hardy, he's got one of the Barrie goals. Gets it over to Mugi. McKinnon, switched on to. Good play by Jackson Norton. Comes back out, shot clock at 7. McKinnon catches a high pass. That shot, no. A rebound comes all the way back out. And it'll be Hunter's ball. Over and back on the Bombers. Hunter's ball, 8-2 lead for Kahnawake. As we've got 17:15 to go in the second. Tehahande. Shot by Bucktooth is patted aside, and that goes out of play. So it's 30 Hunters. Back out to Owen Rice. Shoots, not on. A rebound. Save made by Henderson. Quick stick over to center, and a good reception by Eric Caping. Caping has it knocked away by Mason Sandin. Sandin crosses it to Barrie territory and gets it out. Elijah. Moving pick on Reese Nugent. Bombers ball. Here's the chance, and Casey Lahash shuts it down. We'll just pick it up. Marcus Dybo got yard sailed, but Tylen Dybo there to back it up. Mason Sandin. Southern guy out to Van Domelen. Owen Rice. Southern guy out to, or that's Bucktooth. Shoulder save. Oh. 2-on-1. Shot, scores. McKinnon makes it 8-3. Well, Cameron McKinnon makes it 8-3, trimming the Hunters' lead to 5. Face-off violation, Hunters, Bombers ball. It was not on the face-off man, it was on the wingman. Christian McKinnon. Back up top. Behind the net. Cameron McKinnon's goal is unassisted. Casey Lahash makes the save. Tyler Divo picks it up. Divo up the floor. That pass got behind Jackson Norton. Owen Rice trying to knock it loose. And the Bombers bring it over center. Yugi. Playing it back out at the top. Marcus Divo shadowing his man. It's knocked away. Picked back up behind the net. Kahnawake in tight. Save. Yeah, Marcus Divo picks it up. Jackson Norton brings it over center. Kahnawake Dion wants the Hunters to settle down a little bit here, get an offensive possession going. Yanis Rice has been in there for a while. I think both of those guys picked up 10s. Owen driving in, held up, penalty coming up to the Bombers. Holding call. The Hunters are 3 for 4 on the power play, and they'll get to work on power play number 5 now. This power play brought to you by Mohawk Super Bingo. Hunters going to work on the man advantage. Owen. Back up. Sandin. Nugent. Ball is dropped, picked up by Bucktooth. Owen. Shoots. Blocked. Rugawine Elijah with 5 to shoot. Bucktooth. Elijah cranks it. Shot saved by Henderson, and he got the rebound. Back on the Bombers. Into Hunters territory. Nice play by Fletcher to get around Rice. Now Owen gets back out on him. As Jamison finishes check on Fletcher. Back out. Cameron McKinnon on Sandin, Kobe Sandin, and they score. McEwen's got his second of the game. It's a shorthanded goal, and the Bombers cut the lead to 8-4 with 13:22 to go in the second. So it's still 1-on-1 to go in the Hunters power play. As the Bombers win it. Christian McKinnon. Around the screen. Back to the top. Fires a bouncer. Saved by Casey. And the Hunters are on it. Behind it up to Norton. Brings it to Rugawine Elijah, who waits for his teammates to change. Elijah on the near side. Right heavy offense for the Hunters. Oh, nice at the top. Reese Nugent, one of the lefties. Behind the net. Shot clock at 7. Nugent. 3 seconds to go. Bounce out. Owen has to fire. Henderson to save. And Barrie's on it. Played up the floor. And here comes Bricknell, who's out of the box. Hunters are now 3 for 5 on the penalty kill. Through crease. Down the long ball. Morgan. Elijah. Back over to Reese Nugent. Kobe Sandin, Jensen White. Kobe. Shot comes in, save made, a rebound. Hunters are on it, press 30. Kobe Sandin. Good play by Reese Nugent. Just wanted to get his team a reset. They have Hyundai Albany. Driving, Albany in, shoots, not on. A rebound, Kobe Sandin back on it. Fires, save. And then Sandin took a shot and gave a shot back. Back up the center. Oh, look out. Oh. And the Hunters pick it up. Marcus Dybo back over center. Take it in front. Jensen! And he goes through the crease. Barrie ball. 11 minutes to go in the second period of play. Kahnawake 8, Barrie 3. Wade to the near side. McKinnon, Christian McKinnon, has it knocked away by Wesley Morris. Picked back up and a rising shot, no. Rebound bounces back behind the net. Cameron McEwen. Look out. Score. It's now 8-5. The Bombers are on a 3-0 run. And we've got a goaltender's timeout, water break. 10:34 to go in the second period of play. This timeout is brought to you by Burning Leaf on Route 138 in Kahnawake. The Hunters' lead is 3. It's 8-5 Kahnawake over the Barrie Bombers. The Bombers are on a 3-0 run. And Dylan Henderson has really stepped up in the second period after what he would consider a subpar first period. Has really come out and been lights out in the second. And the Bombers, too, have responded. Like I said after that first intermission, Kahnawake had an 8-2 lead. 40 minutes is a long time in lacrosse. Now we're still, a shade over 30 left, and it went from a 6-goal gap to a 3-goal gap. Bombers win the draw. The other thing they've been doing here in this period is winning draws. Now, Suggo Rice's penalty is over. Mason Sandin with the steal. Sandin up to Marcus Dybo. He gets over center. Dybo. Bergerine. Suggo Rice. Oh, nice. Back out to Suggo Yanis. To Owen. Shot clock at 8. Elijah in front, Rice turned aside. A rebound picked up by the Bombers. As Barrie brings it into Hunter's territory. Fletcher waits for help. Christian McKinnon, it's stolen by Dehanya Norton. Norton back over center. And now it's stolen back by Barrie. And Norton knocks it free. And Dehanya Norton just wanted that. Up the floor, pass a little too far for Elijah. He's back on it now. Elijah doubled. Elijah comes out of the pile with it. Shot clock down to 10. Elijah back out. Bucktooth. Behind the net. In front. Quick stick. Save made by Henderson. Just a shade under 9 in the second remaining. Kahnawake 8, Barrie 5. And that's stolen by side here. Here, turning the corner. Stops. Knocked down. But keeps possession. Rolls it out. Jackson Norton. Suggle Rice. Shot clock down to 10. Rice back out to Sandin. Kobe Sandin decides not to shoot it. Owen Rice, a spin. Shot clock down to 4. Rice gets it over. Bucktooth shoots. No. Save made by the keeper. Hunters get a fresh 30. Sandin shoots. Pad save. Kobe Sandin on the rebound. Fresh 30 Hunters. Saganuga to Yanis. Gets a return feed. Got by him. Owen Rice picks it back up. And the Hunters will take a penalty for an illegal cross-check. And it is time for a Mohawk Super Bingo Hunters penalty kill. 8:06 to go in the second period of play. Kahnawake leads by 3. Kahnawake has not scored in this second period. 3-0 run for the Bombers. McKinnon. Back out. They're playing give and go at the top. Saved by Casey. Rebound. Jamison. Rebound. Sent over the top. I think that Casey got a piece of that as well. The fourth try on this possession. Christian McKinnon. Cameron McKinnon back out. Casey Sandin forces Cameron McKinnon out. Shot. Casey's got the ball. Sotagayantu back over center. And that pass is not there. And the Hunters throw it away. First minute gone by in the penalty to the Hunters. 7 minutes to go, period 2. Christian McKinnon. Back over, shot, blocked. Scooped back up by the Bombers. Shot clock reset it. It wasn't supposed to. Christian fires, save. Shot clock violation though. Shot clock was never supposed to reset. 35 to go in the penalty. Marcus Daibo runs over his man. That's like the old analogy, the running back running over a linebacker. Except I was a linebacker more often than not. Hunters pick it up. 9 seconds to shoot. Owen Rice. Sees the second bomber coming towards him. Owen Rice diving. Score! It's a shorty. He's got his second. And it is 9-5. And the Bombers win the faceoff. Kobe Sandin out of the box. The Hunters have killed off that penalty. Mohawk Super Bingo Hunters penalty kill successful there. Kahnawake out in front. Shot not on. Rebound is picked up by Mason Sandin. Sandin going to challenge McKinnon. Sandin, Jackson Norton near side. Norton! Score! Jackson Norton! His first first career OJBLL playoff goal. And Jackson Norton has made it 10-5. Jackson Norton tucks it in. And the Hunters go up 10-5. Side Deer on it. Deer. One hands it over and it works. Great play by 66. Shot clock at 12. Rugawine Elijah. Elijah shoots, and that's stopped by the Barrie keeper. Had an Illuminati moment there. It said 5-10 on the score in favor of the visitors. So home side's first, it says 5, and then visitors 10, and there was 5-10 left on the game clock. I thought that was cool. Back up top. Shot clock down to 10. Sandin trying to push his man back out. Shot clock at 4. A shot. And no, it trickles in. Casey had it, but it trickled through. And the Bombers cut the deficit to 4. It's now 10-6. Southern Guy Togo Van Damen will take a penalty. Now time for a Mohawk Super Bingo Hunters penalty kill. Ironheads leading Akwesasne 1-0. Aurelia and Nepean just getting underway at Rotary Place. The Kings lead that, best of 5, 1-0. The Thunder on top of the Ironheads 1-0 in the series. Ironhead up 1-0 in the game. Delayed penalty Hunters. Cameron McKinnon. That is turned aside by the left shoulder of Casey Lahash. Fresh 30 Bombers, extra attacker out there. Back across, score. Cameron McKinnon on the power play, and it's now 10-7. Ryan Jameson going to the box for illegal cross check. Once again, time for a Mohawk Super Bingo Hunters penalty kill. Mason Sandin knocks it free momentarily. Burke picks it back up. And he breaks through the press. Christian McKinnon gets the return feed. Hunters killing a penalty. Back out. And there's Casey with the stop. A rebound. Hardy back on it. Fresh 30 Bombers. That's Dent, sorry, Callan Dent. Christian, or Cameron McKinney back out in front, big stop, and the Bombers are back on it. 3:20 to go in the second. Back out, Christian McKinnon. Gets a return feed, he fires, and that's blocked aside by Casey. Bombers are on it. Yuki. Cameron McEwen back across. Jensen White trying to force the issue. And it's loose. And Mason Sandin's on it for the Hunters. Sandin pushing it. Suggle Rice catches this one. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the second. And 34 to go in the penalty to the Hunters. Suggan will go to the Yannis. Has two Bombers surrounding him. 10 seconds to shoot. Suggo. Fire! Save! And the Bombers are on it. Christian McEwen gets it back. And he'll cut to the opposite side. Shot clock down to 13. And Casey makes the save. Can't scoop it up. The Bombers have it. Passes low. And picked up by Mason Sandin. Up the floor to Jackson Norton. Norton's got a 2-on-1. Jackson Norton comes in. Norton across. Shot. Score! 17-77. That's Reese Nugent on the quick stick. Penalties over. Penalty off the board. +1 on the board. And Reese Nugent's got his second of the afternoon. It's now 11-7. Face off won by Barrie. Burke gets through the double. Burke pressured. And now Kahnawake the reception. Going up against his opposite 7. Marcus Nybo. Kahnawake. Back in front. That's deflected and stolen by Marcus. It rolls off of his stick, and now the Bombers come away with it. 1:30 to go. 90 seconds if you prefer. Christian McKinnon in. Turned aside by Casey. And he goes to the crease up the ball. Jackson Norton up the floor. He'll slow it up. Jackson to Owen. 70 seconds to go. Period 2. Owen shoots. Oh! Eagles 5-hole given the Hattie. It's 12-7 with 64 ticks to go in period 2. Domlin has the ball. Side near. Last minute of play in period 2. This final minute brought to you by Burning Leaf on Route 138. Pass is deflected. It comes to the corner. Honda Albany trying to find the handle. It's Rugawine Elijah with 15 to go. On the shot clock, delayed penalty Bombers. Honda will draw it. Casey Lahash goes to the bench. Extra attacker on. 6 seconds to go. On the shot, Owen. That pass fails to connect. And that is it for that possession. Shot clock violation on the Hunters. Bombers, however, will have to kill off a penalty. Time for a Mohawk Super Bingo Hunters power play. 26.6 to go. The Kahnawake Hunters will call for time. This timeout is brought to you by Old Malone Discount on Kane's Corner. 12-7 Kahnawake leads. There are 26.6 seconds remaining in this second period. Down at Rotary Place, about half an hour away from here, the Kings have taken a 1-0 lead over Nepean. Akwesasne up 2-1 over the Ironheads of West Durham. Both of those games still in the first periods of play. And I know I haven't made this mention yet. I have made shout-outs before, but here on the broadcast I haven't made mention. Happy Father's Day to all of you dads. I know my life changed for the absolute best when my daughter was born 7 years ago. 7 years ago in a few months, obviously, and it's not her birthday today, but my life would not be what it is now if it wasn't for her addition to my life. So it is Father's Day, and it is something I celebrate now, all because my daughter came into my world, and Y'all go for joining in, and hope you're enjoying spending your Father's Day with me and with the Kahnawake Junior B Hunters. They're up 12-7 right now over the Bombers, making all their daddies proud. They still got 20 minutes and 26.6 seconds left here. So we're in the last 26 of this second period. Hunters on the power play, setting up in front. Owen Rice, and that shot is blocked. Bombs it up the floor, caught by Owen Rice. Shot clock down to 7. Rice skips it out. Sagunu goes to Yanis, turned aside by Henderson with 2.6 to go. And that will end the second period of play. All he got is close as 3, but the Hunters have responded every step of the way. They still have to try to hold on to earn a split here in Barrie. And so far, Kahnawake leads by 5. We'll be back with the second intermission report and period number 3, the Kahnawake Hunters and the Barrie Bombers. Round 1, game 2, so far the Hunters in control. They're on top of the Bombers, 12-7. We'll be back in 9 minutes' time. You're watching the 2026 Ontario Junior B Lacrosse League playoffs on Baby Blue Memories. minutes of play in the books. The Kahnawake Hunters and the Barrie Bombers. This is game 2 of the first round of the Ontario Junior B Lacrosse League playoffs. The Hunters leading the Bombers 12-7. This opening face-off is brought to you by Burning Leaf. And away we go. This third period starts with a Mohawk Super Bingo Hunters power play. Mason Sandin knocks it back into Hunters territory. And Kahnawake will get this third period started with possession and this power play. Hunters Lacrosse on Baby Blue Memories is brought to you by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. Reese Nugent, Owen Rice, back out. Rice at the top, back across the Saguenay-Guadeloupe Yannis. That pass is intercepted by the Bombers as Barrie makes their way back in. Nugent trying to knock the ball free. Down to 18 and played all the way back up to the center area. Shot clock at 8. That bouncer's not on. That'll be a shot clock violation against the Bombers. Hunters ball. First minute gone by in this third period of play. 12-7 Hunters lead. 18:48 to go. Owen has a look behind the back. Elijah trying to sneak it in. He did that twice at period 1, but not this time as Henderson was ready for it. Owen. Nugent. Owen. Shoots. Save Henderson. And the Bombers have killed off this Hunters power play. 12-7, Hunters lead, 18:14 to go. Back out, Kahnawake. And this is Christian McKinnon, fires one, save made. Side Deer and Reese Nugent were shadowing Christian McKinnon on that shot. And number 66 finishes check. Back comes Saguenay-Guadeloupe Yannis, settling it down. 20 to shoot. Rice in front. Shot. Save made by Henderson and a rebound. The Bombers control it. Back goes Barrie. Crossing center. This is Priestley against Sandin. Back up to the top. It's Logan Palomaki. Winds up. Gets it over. McKinnon. And that is I think it was supposed to be a pass. Through the crease violation called against Barrie. We're going to go Hunters ball. Daniel Duckwood Norton gets away from Palomaki and then delivers it to Rugawine Elijah. Nugent. Owen driving, got the step, and he's turned away. He went in the net, but the ball did not. And Rice is hurt. Rice slow to get up. He is walking off on his own power. There's 16:58 to go. Kahnawake Hunters leading the Barrie Bombers 12-7. Don't forget game 3 of the series Friday night at 7. We'll have it live for you on BBM. If you're new to the channel, please like and give us a subscription. We'd love to end the summer with 4,000 subscribers. So the guy in Togo Van Dammelen pressing. Across. And there's a shot turned aside by Casey. Christian McKinnon back on it. Fresh 30 Bombers behind the goal. Christian McKinnon in front. And that's turned aside by Casey. Christian McKinnon back on it. Purdy, and that missed. Jackson Norton on it. Jackson Up the floor, good pass to Jensen. And Jensen's pass is broken up. Jensen picks it up. And Jensen White dumps it off to Sagunogwachuyani. Shot clock at 14. Rice turns the corner. Sagunogwachuyani can't tuck it in 5-hole on Henderson. A rebound picked up by the Bombers behind the net. Bucktooth pressuring. And that is stolen. Wesley Morris comes in. Morris down Broadway. Henderson denied him. Rice turned aside. Henderson. Morris not on. Wes Morris back on it. And the ball squirts free. And the Hunters pick it up right here. Gets through the pressure. Side. Nugent back out. Shot clock at 13. Great work by Wes Morris inside here. Owen. It's a shot away. No. He got the rebound 4 seconds ago. Put it out in front. Behind the back. Turned aside by Henderson as he denied Elijah. Back come the Bombers. Over center. And there's Tylan Divo with the hit. Dehaonde Albany. Back out. Shot by Jensen is turned aside. And a fresh 30 Hunters. Bucktooth on it. Kobe Sandin. Sagunogwachuyani's shot. And Henderson makes the save. A rebound. Bucktooth! No. Kobe Sandin trying to knock it free. The ball squirts to the near side. And it will bounce over center, so Barrie doesn't have to worry about the 10-second count. Christian McKinnon. We played 6 minutes. 14 minutes left to go. Kahnawake Hunters 12, Barrie Bombers 7. They score. And it's Callan Dent who has put a dent in the Hunters' lead. It's now 12-8. .48 to go. Kahnawake Hunters lead the Barrie Bombers 12-8. And Barrie comes up with it. Cameron McKinnon rolls it near side. It's Fletcher. Fletcher passes it over Sandin. And there's a knockaway by Jamison. And this is another loosey for Dehainurukwa Norton. Up the floor, Mason Sandin. Moving pick. Bombers ball. Back out. Dent. And a shot, not on. And a rebound. Dehainurukwa Norton has the ball. Norton in the clear. Crossbar. And it's behind the net. I might have hit the post, sorry, not the crossbar. Piece of iron. Back comes Barrie. 13 minutes remaining. Yugi goes cross-handed. Quick shot, no. Rebound picked up, Yugi. That's Cameron McKinnon. Marcus Dibo playing center field. Gets by Kahnawake. One hands it over. Something guy out to Van Damme turns the corner. Got the step in alone. And Henderson denied him. All right, Dylan Henderson's had a really good third period. Ball knocked away. Marcus Dibo trying to find it. And he's on it. Back up. Something guy in Togwa Van Damme. His pass deflected and stolen by Barrie. Burke. Back over center. 12-8 Kahnawake, 12 minutes to go. Sandin. Kahnawake. Sandin playing good defense. Now he switches out. Comes to the near side. Bouncer, no. And a rebound will be over and back on the Bombers. Hunters ball. Rugawine Elijah. Back up to Dehahande Albany. Suggo Rice. Bucktooth, no. Rebound, Elijah. Gets the bounce. Jensen White. Saganogwatsu Yanis Rice. He shoots. That's not on. Picked up by Jensen. 7 seconds to shoot. Jensen a shot, not on. Dehahande will not be able to catch this shot clock violation against the Hunters. Or over and back, sorry. Against the Hunters. Bombers ball, 11:15 to go. Back on the Bombers. Back up the floor. Cameron McKinnon fires! Shoulder save by Casey. Picked back up by the Bombers. And that's a pass that landed on net. Send the guy up to Van Domlin. We'll slow it up. Saganogwatsu Yanis. Owen. Gets it out. Shot clock down to 10. Kobe Sandin. Reese Nugent. Fires. Pad save. Rebound Owen Rice. Got run into. Played up the floor. Jackson Norton with the interception. Saganogwatsu Yanis. Back out. Owen. Owen Rice. Swings it to Saganogwatsu Yanis. Rice back up to Owen Rice. Scores! He's got his fourth, and it's 13-8 Hunters. Go up by 5. It's 13-8 Kahnawake leading the Barrie Bombers. Back come the Bombers pushing it in transition. And that pass is away from Cameron McEwen. It's stolen by Mason Sandin. Behind your Duckwood Norton. Rugawine Elijah. Dehahande Albany. Brett Bucktooth Jr. Bucktooth, Dehahande. He fires. Pad save. Rebound. And it's scooped up by Kobe Sandin. Dehahande Albany in front. Shot. Saganogwatsu Yanis Rice. He's got his second of the afternoon, fourth of the playoffs, and the Hunters are up by 6. .9:13 to go. Hunters Lacrosse on Baby Blue Memories is brought to you by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. Face-off is won by the Hunters. Behind your Duckwood Norton's on it. Owen Rice. Back over to Jensen White. Reese Nugent. Nugent spins. Nugent! And Henderson shut him down. 8:44 to go, period 3. Kahnawake 14, Barrie 8. And that'll go into the Hunters bench. .8:37 to go. Hunters Lacrosse on Baby Blue Memories is brought to you by Old Malone discount, the Hunters and the Bombers. Round 1, game 2. Owen Rice took a couple of chops. So going to go to Giannis Rice now at the top. Owen. Elijah. Owen Rice. Henderson to save. Crease violation. We're going to get a penalty. And it's only going to be Owen. Slashing is the call. So time for a Mohawk Super Bingo Hunters penalty kill. Hunters 14, Bombers 8. There are 8 minutes and 21 seconds remaining here. Back up top. Played out to the near side. There's a shot. And came to the half of the game. And slide here until they go after Van Dommel and finish their check. 8:05 remaining. Kahnawake 14, Barrie 8. There's a underhander. Casey the save. Mason Sandin. Up the floor. Elijah. Jensen. Back to Ragawine Elijah. Kobe Sandin. Back out. Elijah. Pad save. Rebound corralled by Fletcher. And the Bombers restart here on this power play. First minute gone by in it. 7:20 left in this one. The Hunters 14, the Bombers 8. Christian McKinnon gets a return feed. Christian McKinnon sends it over. Opposite side. And that pass is thrown away, and it'll go over and back. Hunters will get possession. There are 36 seconds left to go in the penalty to the Hunters. Bucktooth back out to to Nugent. Reese Nugent. Takes the chop. Takes a whack. Keeping possession alive for his team. Now he'll get it over. Shot clock at 8. Kobe Sandin. Outside chance. That stopped and a rebound scooped up by the Bombers. And we will get a slashing call against Barrie to end that penalty, or that penalty kill for the Hunters. And it's on Parker McClellan. So in 9 seconds, the Hunters will go to work on an a Mohawk Super Bingo Hunters power play. 4 seconds left in this 4-on-4. Ragawine Elijah waiting for Owen Rice to join him. That's a guy you probably want on the power play, and now he'll get his chance. Suggo Rice. Elijah. Owen Rice. Behind the back. Dive attempt! Crease violation. Kobe Sandin went for the dive. As the Bombers now look to kill some time off that clock. 5:50 to go. Hunters 14, Bombers 8. That's a shot clock violation against Barrie. Hunters ball, 5:31 to go. Owen. Reese Nugent. Reese Nugent got it back to the top for Owen Rice. Behind the back, Saguna go to the Yannis. In front, Henderson denied him. Post-to-post save on the quick stick attempt by Ragawina Elijah. Breakaway Bombers. And that's Casey Lahash at his best. Coming up with the save. Nugent to Saguna go to the Yannis. 20 to go in the power play. Behind the net. Sago, Owen, shot, no. Owen knocked it down and the ball comes to the weak side. That'll be a shot clock violation against the Bombers or the Hunters. And now Owen Rice is going to the penalty box. Penalty to the Bombers is over. And now it's time for a Mohawk Super Bingo Hunters penalty kill. Barrie on the PP. They work it around at the top. Christian McKinnon. Near side, that pass feels connect. And that'll hop over and back. Hunter's ball. Hunter's across on Baby Blue Memories, brought to you by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. Kahnawake 14, Barrie 8. There are 4 minutes remaining here in game 2. Kobe Sandin catches this one on the far side. Saguna go to Yannis. Kobe Sandin. Sandin whips it out. Dehahande with the fake. He's in! And that's over the net. Three minutes and 35 seconds to go in this one. Near side. Shot. That deflects right on, and Casey the save. Rebound, Mason Sandin beats everybody to it. Sandin gets by. Mason Sandin. Wow! And then Sandin gets a little bit of a face wash after the goal. He's got his second goal of the game. And that will be a penalty for Barrie and Nate McKee. That's a 10-minute misconduct to McKee. And the Hunters have put up 15 here in game 2. So the Bombers are still on the power play. Jameson trying to find it. It's Mason Sandin picking it up. Sandin comes in and he's not going to go here. We'll just pitch it back out. Ragawina Elijah. Brett Bucktooth Jr. Taking his time, 15 to go in the penalty to Owen Rice. Brett Bucktooth. Back out. Ragawina Elijah. A bouncer. No. That'll go out of play. Shot clock violation, Hunters. 3 seconds left to go in their penalty kill. Owen Rice out of the box. That's out in front. And they tuck it in, they score. Christian McKinnon finds the Lucy, and he puts her home. That's his second of the game, 8th of the playoffs, and it's now 15-9. Hunters Across on Baby Blue Memories brought to you by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. Don't forget to catch the Junior C Hunters. They will play round 1 of the playoffs against the Akwesasne Lightning. Meanwhile, after the Hunters won the face-off down the floor, Cy Deer got tied up with one of the Bombers. And interference was called. That's why it's a possession for Barrie. Back out. 2 minutes to go. A bouncer? No. That's over and back on the Bombers. Hunters ball. Bucktooth. Deha Hyundai. Reese Nugent. Jensen White. Reese Nugent. Deha Hyundai Albany. And that pass fails to connect. Scooped up. Nugent tries it behind the back. 5 seconds to shoot. Sandin, Deha Hyundai. He fires off of a Bomber's stick, and that'll be over and back. And we will have a penalty picked up by Barrie. Kobe Sandin not happy with one of the Bombers. That's Parker McClellan going to the sin bin. That's a 5-minute major. Time for a Mohawk Super Bingo Hunters power play. Satagayantu Van Domlin. Hunters Lacrosse on Baby Blue Memories brought to you by Home Alone Discount. Satagayantu has a look. 70 seconds left to go on this one. Shot clock at 14. Wes Morris sets the screen in front, and there's a shot saved. Morris, the rebound! Turned aside by Henderson. Nugent picks it up. We're in the final minute of play. This final minute is brought to you by Burning Leaf on Route 138. Ladies and gentlemen, the bacon is shaken, the gravy is wavy, the chicken is marinating. And our playoff meat pies are served onion-free. There's a shot by Satagayantu, not on. Shot clock violation against the Hunters. And now Wes Morris mixing it up here with one of the Bombers. And the Kahnawake Hunters will earn a split here in Barrie. And the Hunters will go back home. Need to win 2 of 3 at home. Penalty coming up to Satagayantu Van Domlin. Oh, and that is a retaliatory penalty. With 11.6, we're going to have matching penalties. .6 to go. Let's see what the penalties are. Hunters Lacrosse on Baby Memories brought to you by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. And the Kahnawake Hunters will cook off their first playoff win here in the 2026 postseason. And A long drive home will be just a little bit shorter. And the Kahnawake Hunters side here has the ball. Side here with the shot. And some more rough stuff after the fact. And that's it. Your final score, Kahnawake Hunters 15, Barrie Bombers 9. And the Hunters have evened the series. Hunters, you gotta, if you're the Hunters, get off the floor right now. You still gotta win 2 more games in this series. You'll get them at home, which is great, but let's get there first. Oh, that is it. Your final score, Kahnawake Hunters 15, the Barrie Bombers 9. Time for the Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness Beaut of the game. A goal, 2 assists. Jackson Norton, number 17, is going to get the Beaut of the game here. Second career playoff game in the Ontario Junior B Lacrosse League. Had his first career playoff goal, first career playoff assists, first career playoff points. Good job, number 17. All right, so this series is tied at 1. We'll be back live starting at 6:55 next Friday at the Kahnawake Sports Complex for Game 3. Your final score here, the Hunters 15, the Barrie Bombers 9. Yawagoa heading out to Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness, Old Malone Discount, Mohawk Super Bingo, and Burning Leaf 138. Your final score, Hunters 15, Bombers 9. We'll see you again soon on the Giveaway.